What's up, y'all? To everyone's surprise, and by everybody I mean almost nobody, DDG's group seems to have broken up. And we started to first get glimmers of this about a week ago towards the end of July when Dub and Deshae Frost were talking about it.
Chat, we end up getting to a party. The police came. We got a notice on our front door. I probably seen it on Derek shit. Got a notice on our front door or whatever. But we were lying. We didn't buy this house. We paid off this house for a year, right? I'm gonna be honest, keep it a buck. We have to, because we just gotta keep it a buck.
I think they knew that though.
I was lying, nigga. I said we bought this.
Oh, they telling me, they like, y'all got a month left. Hey, that's what they was telling me in my chat. So they knew it.
So chat, we did partner up. We partnered up with a production company. We were supposed to have a meeting. Meeting never happened. They bladed. So I don't know, chat. Like, it's either we gonna get a new crib or we gonna keep this crib.
Chat, if we lose this crib, God forbid, right, and we all go to our separate ways, do you think our streams are gonna be?
Yes.
100%.
Yes. Yes.
You think our streams are gonna be?
So here they said they teamed up. What likely happened is they had, I think it was Meme House Productions. One of these production companies probably paid it up front for a year. And you can see here, of course, they're going to say, oh, yo, we bought it. It makes better content if you say, well, usually people don't lie and say that they bought a crib. They just said, oh, this is my $10 million house, right? Like Core, we know that they're not buying the house, but they're saying, oh, we got a $20 million crib versus, oh, we paid $600,000 a year for it. Especially if it's kids who are watching most of this content. Kids see a huge number and they're like, damn, this is crazy, and they've got all the cars. It's really cool stuff for kids. So in this situation, I don't think the content would get worse, but we didn't get a resolution when this clip came out, which was towards the end of July. It wouldn't be until DDG's cameraman 24-hour stream where he would officially put a fork in it.
Y'all probably briefly heard me talk about it, but the Capaholics house is over, y'all. We got like a few more days left, and very sad. That's why y'all see me spending so much time in TO room playing the game. And cause, you know, after the Capaholics house is done, I know like we just gonna be living our own lives. But I don't mean Capaholics is over as a group. Obviously, we got cabin trip tomorrow. We got more things we trying to do. But as for living together at this very moment, it's over. I'm for sure being the judge for that one. All right. My mom would be this.
This was unsurprising, to say the least. I mean, when was the last time that these guys even really did much content together or even made much of anything? DDG would later go back to the crib and do a little bit of a review of what was going on the channel.
We had a lot of up in the beginning. When we first started, we lost a member on the first day. Finally got into the house. Then we had to do like it was just a different environment. Like it just was a bad start. But I still believe in us. I think we can still prevail and be a group.
This is a very good point that was made by DDG. I think them losing Jay Cinco was a huge deal. Because after that, you've only got, like, if we look at the members that are a member of Capaholics right now, and Jay Cinco left immediately, they had that little bit of a beef. You've got DDG, you've got Deshae Frost, you've got Dub, who's DDG's brother, you've got Wizard Kelly. What the hell is Wizard? I thought this was something off of Wizards of Waverly Place. Wizard Kelly. I've never heard this name. And Paidway TO. I've heard that guy's name before. Don't really know what he's got going on. And Derek King. That guy, Derek King, I heard about him. He went most viral for the situation where it was at Ryan Garcia's party. And then he like pushed up on one of DDG's ops or one of the people that was talking trash. And he picked up that dude Oblivion. He was like bullying him. That was the only situation where I know about Derek King. Now, that does not mean that, oh, he should have had more viral moments. That's not the point. A successful streamer doesn't have viral moments. You can have viral moments and be an unsuccessful streamer. And a successful streamer is one that consistently has a large viewership or consistently has growing viewership and a successful live streaming audience. Live stream, you're a streamer. You putting out clips is you're a clipper, you're a TikToker at that point, if that's what you're chasing, and if it doesn't translate into live stream views, which for a lot of the time, it doesn't. A lot of these people just bought the numbers. So really, this is only you have a big 3, right? You could have a big 3, and then you can have some other people that are members of the group, but this is a big 1.5. I would say DDG is clearly far and away like the biggest guy there. And then you've got Deshae Frost, who is, that's why I say a 0.5. It might be 2. It might be a big 2. Deshae Frost as a live streamer and an entertainer is very good. Yeah, he's controversial. He has done a lot of things in the past. He skirts the line, but entertainer, you can tell he loves to entertain. He's willing to do anything. He's funny. I mean, he's co-signed by Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat has given him a lot of help in the past and talked about him and said like, yo, you can really make it and kill this thing. And he's killing it right now. So let's say a big 2. Dub was, I would say, a 0.25 before recently. Dub, as of now, I think he's a 0.5, which they're separating anyway, but Dub is killing it. After he got put on, I think Stream University did a lot for him. He's always been a consistent grinder, and that's the problem where these guys, they're not consistent grinders, because back in May, DDG gave these guys their last chance.
I'm going to tell you exactly where everything went wrong. What? Everything went wrong, because remember that first stream we did? That shit was great, right? But I think where everything went wrong is everybody started streaming at their own time. Stream at 10 a.m. And who the is watching streams at 10 a.m. A real job.
Me and my at 10.
Exactly. It's not me and my. It's supposed to be our. Pool of. When you look at other organizations, but look though, when you look at other people like Core or Clover or the other, when they all stream at the same time, they all together. So let's say Ryan, his people know Jason because Jason always in there. They're gonna go to Jason. You know what I'm saying? All of our numbers would be times 3 if we all cross-pollinate. But who am I? I'm just.
What you was gonna say, Tio? You guys.
They probably didn't know that that was their last chance, but you have DDG, and I've talked about this in the past. DDG does not need these guys. DDG is doing, not out of the goodness of his, partially out of the goodness of his heart, he's helping these guys and giving them the opportunity. But I don't think he would put bums in a house that he didn't think were entertaining or had the capability of being entertaining streamers. I think he saw a couple of homies. He's like, yo, these guys are funny. These guys are my dogs. They could make it if they put in the work. So I'm going to give them a year in this crib and in LA and around me and Deshae and all these other people, and we'll see if they can make it shake. And as you saw, he was telling them about like, oh, you know, we need to do more content together. We need to be live at the same time. These guys are going live at 10 a.m. They're going live at 10 a.m. in LA. That's 1 p.m. on the East Coast. That's 10 a.m. in LA. So everybody that's supposed to watch you guys is in school. So and they're like, nah, you know, me and my dogs are live. Who are your dogs? Like your homies that you hop on Discord calls with? So these guys, they did not push forth any initiative in making things move forward, in growing their own streams or anything like that. It's always DDG had to do something or Dub had to do something and they would follow along. Meanwhile, Deshae Frost, you see him traveling around. You see him organizing his own streams. You see him killing it. These guys, they just didn't have what it took. I think they thought that we can just coast and we're going to make it. Like, for example, the YouTube channel. When DDG was looking that over, you could see that there was like 6 videos. One of these guys should have adopted, especially if you were a smaller streamer or really a nobody streamer, some of these other guys in the group, you should have adopted the role of, okay, I'm going to run this YouTube channel. Or I'm going to get an editor that I'm going to team up with and show them the vision. And then, of course, like DDG or whoever will finance it. They'll pay the editor. That's really all they need because they have filmers in the crib. So they'll pay the editor. And then you put these ideas together and you have something consistent. These guys dropped like 6 videos and it was in the first 2 months. What happened the rest of the 10 months? It's not like these guys got full-time jobs either. It's not like they're cameramen. Their whole job was to stream and blow up. And it didn't work out. And I think this conversation that Ludwig was having with Jason the Ween really is telling in this regard.
What is some advice you give to a group like Core, you know, the group I'm in, for long term?
I think Core's currently going to fail. But yeah, I think Core's going to fail because, and I said this when Core first got announced, the issues with Core are, you guys are all very successful individually. And I think you guys are incentivized to just work on your own thing. Like, you know, you're actively doing Maybach Monday, or like you're maybe talking with your team, like Woj or Lou about like some streams you want to do in the future for yourself, and you'll see the direct benefit from that. And I think that's the same exact situation like Ron is in. Like Ron is more incentivized to think about like, all right, am I setting up this like 1v1 with Jinxie, and then maybe like some Fortnite watch party or whatever, and no one's actively like putting effort into thinking about what should we do for the group. And so my prediction when you guys started your group is that eventually, like, you know, one person's going to do the brunt of the workload to get it started. They're going to burn out just necessarily because they're only receiving the, like, if you put effort into the group, 1/5 of that. There's 6 people, 1/6, whatever the percentage is, but they're getting like 1/5 or 1/6 of the return of that. If they were to work on their own things, they would feel much better because they'd get more return. It's kind of like, imagine doing a group project every week and you're getting an A, but you're doing all the work. But what I bet was going to happen, sorry to cut you off,
No, go for it.
is that you guys are going to talk about it and everyone's going to be like, yeah. And then you go back to doing your own shit because it's very comfortable and easy to do and you know how to do it. And it's harder to do the thing you don't know how to do and like take the reins to do that.
Okay.
So I've talked about this. I've talked about this with Core in the beginning when FaZe first broke up and they said they were going to get back together. And I was proven wrong. They were able to find a crib. They were able to figure out the rent situation. However, Adapt has taken a back seat a little bit in terms of his own. He sacrificed his own career and motion and money to make sure to put things together. And I think Stable Ronaldo also said that they're working on a documentary. So I do think that those guys want Core to work as a group. And then there's not much of a financial incentive because they're going to get like 1/5 of everything. But this is very different because DDG and Deshae Frost and Dub, they've all got their own thing going on. Those other guys, they need the group to work out for them to kill it. So they should be doing everything in their power to organize things, to frequently collaborate, to collaborate with other people outside of the house. Like DDG brought so many people in the house. They should be meeting with those people, live streaming with those people because you already got a cosign. You're already like, oh, that's DDG's man's. He streams. Okay, let's do something together. Why not? And then you met them in person at first, but they just didn't have what it took. And unfortunately, it failed. It's a failure. You know, you throw up stuff, you throw up shots, and sometimes they don't take. And with this scenario, at least Dub, I think he can keep it pushing. Because this guy, if there's nothing else, he has been consistent. Is he the most viewed guy? No. I do like his food reviews. Like recently, he was doing like a hospital food review and a food review of like some 7-Eleven stuff. I don't know if he used to do that stuff on YouTube. I never watched him on YouTube. I didn't really watch DDG vlogs either, but I knew of DDG, especially like during the diss track era. So unfortunately, this is going to fall apart, but I think this is great if you're a fan of these guys at all, because that means Deshae Frost can just focus on himself, DDG can just focus on himself, and Dub can just focus on himself. So instead of having, for lack of a better word, weight pulling them down, these guys now have the freedom to explore whatever they want. Will you get less collaborations between like a DDG and a Deshae? Probably because of logistics, but that's 3 separate streams that are going to go up. So I'm looking forward to see how these guys continue to grow, especially Deshae and Dub. DDG's just always been killing it. He's kind of done everything in the game at this point. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Did you think that this was going to work out at all? Are you disappointed with it? Are you a fan of these guys? Do you think that any of these guys can make it if they go back? This is what's the most telling part. If these guys go back home and in 6 months we check back up on them and they're not streaming and they quit, that's just pathetic. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.